I've long argued that this war is mainly about Ukraine and NATO. From the Russian point of view, I know many people in the West don't accept this, but from the Russian point of view, Ukraine and NATO is an existential threat. And having security guarantees from number one, the United States, and two, the Europeans, which form this coalition of the willing, is effectively the same as having a security guarantee from NATO, having an Article 5 guarantee. And that's just unacceptable to the Russians. So I don't think that they're going to cave on that point. And then the third demand, of course, has to do with disarming to a large extent the Ukrainian military, at least to a point where Ukraine does not have or does not present an offensive military threat to Russia. That's the third big demand. And I think those demands are non-negotiable. If you go over to the other side, you go over to where the West is, and here we're talking mainly about the Ukrainians and the Europeans, no territory for Russia, security guarantees for Ukraine, and indeed the coalition of the willing, and here we're talking mainly about Starmer and Macron, have issued a statement where they say that they want to station tens of thousands of European troops in Ukraine after you have a peace agreement. Hard for me to imagine the Russians accepting Ukraine having a legitimate security guarantee and also allowing European troops on Ukrainian soil.
When you put it like that, Professor, there's not just one problem with a potential peace deal. I mean, on all of those three key points, there is just miles of distance between the two sides. It does seem unthinkable how they're going to bridge that in the coming days or weeks.
That's my view, Freddie. I don't see any story that anyone can tell on how you get the two sides to come to some sort of meaningful agreement on those key issues. They're just miles apart. And I think the Trump administration understands this.
Let's just try to get there for a moment. So first of all, isn't the fact that these peace negotiations or discussions has even happened a positive sign? I mean, President Putin came to American soil. They had the discussions there, not a lot happened, and there wasn't very much by way of material consequence, but it showed a willingness to have a conversation. Could you make the case, perhaps, that actually behind the scenes, Russia is becoming more and more keen on some kind of deal? We know that the economy is struggling. You might bat away that idea, but interest rates are very high.